Oh, y'all, let me tell you something. I'm tired. The show just ended. And I wanted to get this up for you tonight so that when you wake up in the morning, you see that there's a notification from Talisa Rae. And it's the Snowfall review. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing Snowfall, Season 2, Episode number 2, The Day. If it's your first time visiting my channel, what up, though? Go ahead, click that red subscribe button to become a ray of sunshine. And everybody has already clicked the notification bell, so you don't need to be reminded, right? Good. So, listen, as promised, it's up on time. When the scene opens up, we start off with Lucia and Gustavo, and we're going to follow them all the way through and then hit Franklin and Teddy. So we see Lucia and Gustavo. Last episode, Pedro was the last thing that we saw. Well, he's in there, and he's this changed person, and he talks about this experience that he's had, and he's a different person now. So much so that he's just there to get in his inheritance that his father had left him. And oh, by the way, I'm going to get married. I would like for you to meet my fiance. He also made mention that the reason that he ran was because he thought that he was next. Well, yeah, I guess you would think that you was next. He knew that it was the doing of Gustavo and Lucia, as were his words. Regardless of who came in or who came through, he knew that it was the two of them. So now we know what fucking miata means, like mayata. Thank you to my girl Treese for making sure that I understand that that is something derogatory towards black people. And I really feel like in my spirit I knew that, but I just didn't remember. So fuck me using that word, because there's nothing derogatory about this beautiful black being that we are. Okay, back on track. So she pulls up at the burger stand that is in their neighborhood, in the Mexican neighborhood. There's two black boys there selling rock, and that is where she had gotten the rock from originally. She tells them, I want to hook up with your boss. Tell him I want to buy as much quantity of the supply that I possibly can. I want it all. Well, in order for them to do that, they was like, well, you got to give me the money. My supply has to be gone. In order to go re-up and even to see my boss, I got to have my supply gone. And so it was $250 for 25 rocks at $10 each, $250 and $50 for your trouble. Okay, old boss bitch, if that's what you're gonna be. And as you can see from the corner that there's somebody watching. I couldn't figure out who it was that was watching her and what she was doing. I could not figure it out for the life of me. I thought it was Gustavo, but let's just put a pin in that, and hopefully I remember to circle back to that. So then you see Lucia and Gustavo pull up at Stomper's house. I remembered his name. Said, hey, I want to talk to you. Can we talk? Do you have a minute? Yeah, we can talk right here. It's cool. Well, did you get in contact with Gabriella? Gabriella is the boss bitch, and evidently she's the boss of everybody, including over Stomper, right? And I'll be giving you the supply sometime next week. Be prepared, and we getting rid of the tax. Stomper's like, fuck you, Lucia. We're keeping the tax unless you want everybody to know what? That we were responsible for killing your family. Then we see Lucia at her house preparing for Pedro and his fiance to come in, and he introduces Soledad to his family. They have a nice little exchange, but you can see that Lucia is a little shady. I mean, is a little... Ooh, I should have fixed my pillows. You see that Lucia is a little skeptical about the relationship of Soledad and Pedro. Like, everything's moving too quickly. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's what cousins do, right? That's how cousins act. That's how sisters act. Like, we be looking like, what the fuck? Even though they had some bad blood, you still looking like, what the fuck do you want with Pedro? You just met him in El Paso, Texas, which is right across the border from Mexico. So, do you really know who he is? Are you just playing him? I know you're the one that helped him become this better man and everything, but what's your angle? What's your plight? What you coming for? Well, I thought that was the house that her father had, but I guess her father's house is a ranch out. I forgot about that. And Soledad makes mention of, him. Oh, no. Soledad talks about him being a new man and how beautiful LA is and it's a great place to live. And Lucia implies, honey, that all she wants him for is his money. Like, you can go wherever, he can go wherever he wants. You can have the life that you want wherever, once he gets his inheritance money. And I was like, okay, Lucia. Even Pedro saw it. Like, here we go. Well, Lucia and her cousin have a conversation, and she asks Pedro, how much have you told your fiance about the business? He said, she's going to be my wife soon. I've told her everything. She's stronger than what she looks like. I'm thinking to myself, ooh, this is all a setup. This is all finna blow up. Ooh, this is finna be a problem. Because Soledad is going to think she thinks she running some. Soledad is also going to think she's running some shit. Especially if she's a boss bitch. Especially if she playing Lucia. Like, I could see that happening. Do y'all think so? Let me know down below in the comments. But the shocker for them is that fucking Pedro wants back into the family business. Pedro says, my dad's blood is on my hands just as much as yours. I'm the one that helped to decide that we would steal the money. I'm the one that wanted to help start the business, so I should be able to be back in the business with you. Think about it. Well, shit, Gustavo is a partner now. So, what? That's good. Let's see how that plays out next episode, because she's going to have to tell him, she's going to tell Gustavo what Pedro wants, and then have to tell Pedro yes, because that's all that's happening, right? Is that Pedro's going to be back in. Or is he? And then that's how him and Soledad kind of end up running their own shit. Oh, I can't wait to see. Tell me what you think down below in the comments. Well, the rest of the episode was about Franklin and Teddy, and we're just going to mix the two together because their interaction was all intertwined. I'm so sleepy, y'all. My eyes is heavy, okay? Like, so when we first see Franklin, his ass is handcuffed in the warehouse with his hands handcuffed to some kind of pipe. Fuck. Franklin ain't no G. He fucking panicking. Like a regular motherfucker like me and you would probably panic like fuck, like shit, what the fuck we gonna do? But he's supposed to be like the kingpin, right? He getting ready to be the big man in charge, right? So you should not be panicking. What lessons did he learn this time? Leon is in there knocked out on the other side. Shit, Teddy is fucking showing us that he is not to be played with. Like, yeah, I'm unassuming and I'm white and I look square as fuck, but I will fucking torture you, okay? I will fucking torture you to get what I want out of you. Come to find out, the way Leon gets picked up is he was on his way to Franklin's house and some white guy asked him for directions, i.e. Teddy, aka Reed Thompson. See, I know his name now. Let's hope I not forget. But even if I do, you'll remember, right? And then so as I'm watching, I'm thinking, is his plan to torture them into helping him? Like, that won't make no sense. But what we find out is that's not the original reason they were picked up. He thought that Leon snitched on Avi. Or did he? He asked about Avi's bust and like, you snitched and what do you know? And so they tell them, they reenact what they know, but I really feel like Teddy is just using this as a tactic because he knows, he saw the file that he got arrested for felony evading, right? Like, so that was all a ploy. That Teddy is something else. He's also listening in the other room. And as he's listening, he finds his opportunity. When Franklin says, man, it's my fault, I shouldn't have got you into this. And Leon was like, no, I would have never lived this kind of life without you. Boom. That's how we know that you are a seller. In addition, he did say that Avi he was there to Avi's house to get some drugs, right? To score was the verbiage that they used. I realized Teddy is seriously a sick fuck. Like, he is really like torturing Poor Leon over there. He done pissed his pants. In the meanwhile, Kevin goes to Jerome's because, you know, they going to go up north to get some more blow, score some keys so that they can make some in the meantime until they find some connects. Well, right after him, Wanda comes in looking for fucking Leon. And so Jerome is like, well, you ain't nobody seen Franklin? He had even asked Peaches earlier, and Peaches was like, no, like he wasn't even paying attention really. Motherfucking Louis didn't come home. So things are all fucked up over there. And Jerome is pretty concerned, as he should be, of his nephew. Like, he been missing and you didn't know he was gone. And that he didn't come home. So, I just want to say, too, Franklin, you know, you tried it with trying to get that screwdriver. Like, you tried it. My nigga, you was screaming and shit. Ah! Like, can't nobody hear you. You're underground. I know you see a window, but I'm sure. Do you think that somebody would have you someplace that has windows that could hear? Or that are not soundproof? Only if they as green as you. Well, because Jerome gets nervous, he goes over to his sister's house. And he wants to see if maybe Franklin's over there, since he's been sneaking over there or whatever. His sister is going to work. She is now a maid. And she's all like, yeah, I haven't seen Franklin in months. He hasn't been here in months. Fuck them groceries. He doesn't live here anymore. Tell him stop just coming in like he does. I don't know if she said she was changing locks or what. But, you know, she tried to act hard. But as much as we don't want that for our children, you're still concerned. So she pulled up like, is everything all right? And Jerome had to lie like, yeah, everything's okay. Because right now, Jerome is shitting bricks in his pants trying to figure out who has his nephew. Well, in the warehouse, after he hears the whole interchange between Leon and Franklin about, you know, I wouldn't have lived the life that I have if it wasn't for you or whatever, right? He pulls a gun on him. He's all like, man, don't do this. Ivy, you must be some Ivy, who are you? Like, he is freaking out because Teddy's all like, you're not as smart as I thought you were. Who am I? Who am I? Figure it out. And there go big mouth ass Leon. So he goes over to Leon, pulls the gun on Leon. And of course, he's all like, I got to save him. So we know that Franklin is brilliant and that he would figure out that he was the connect. So here, boom, we now know that you're the connect. And I'll buy 6 keys a week from you. Teddy's like, that's not enough. I'll get 10 keys a week from you. You know, he's trying to make a deal for his life. You know, Teddy's all like, there's no way fucking possible that you'll be able to sell 10 keys a week. That's $100,000. I'm giving them to you at 10 grand. Remember, he was getting it from Ivy for 12 and 13. You know, Ivy had to make some money off of it. So, he was like, 10 keys a week. I can do it. Well, explain how, and I'll let the gun out your face. And he tells him about the whole crack rock situation and how it's moving very quickly and it is running rampant in his neighborhood. Okay, in his neighborhood. Like, you gonna watch these people fall down in your fucking neighborhood. Like, Teddy agrees to it, but listen, we know that fucking Teddy was gonna agree to it anyway because that's what Teddy's plan was. I know he talked about Ivy or whatever, but that was all bullshit. It was just so that he can give them a scare tactic, see what they were about, and get them on his team because he needs more distributors, okay? Back at the house, they arguing and shit about his whereabouts, and Jerome is like, if you was home last night, but you was at that fucking club, because she getting her fucking carpet munched, okay, by Claudia. Like, she's fucking falling in love with Claudia. Y'all know that shit gonna blow up. Fuck you, bitch, or whatever, you know, talking crazy, like, my nigga. Who you calling a bitch? And then the 2 young boys from the taco stand or the burger joint or whatever that was come in the house, busting in the house, excited that they sold all the products. In addition, excited that they got Lucia's number because she wants to buy all this stuff, you know, and they kick him out like, now's at the time. I told you not to go in the Mexican neighborhood. Why in the fuck is you over there? These your people, you know, talking to Kevin like I told you, you know, and they was just going where the market is. Like, I'm just going where the money at. Makes sense, but considering how much they despise us, that might not have been a good idea. Leon walks into the door without Franklin, and everybody is like having a sigh of relief. He's all like, Franklin, he'll be here because he ain't there with him. And let me just say this. I missed the part where as they were walking out, Teddy was like, put these bags over your head. And Franklin, now that he's uncuffed, got some balls, and he's all like, listen, you want me to trust you? I can't trust you. You're going to have to give me something to trust. Give me something to, show your loyalty or whatever, because you just had us tied up. Like, I mean, that makes sense. But how much information was he really going to provide? He still made them put their motherfucking hoods on. I thought at first he was going to make Leon put his on and not Franklin, but I was sadly mistaken. But what does happen is Teddy takes Franklin to the hangar where the plane is. And Franklin, being business savvy, has a million fucking questions about the operation. He meets Matt. Matt puts his sunglasses on like, I don't want him to be able to recognize me. If fucking Teddy has his whole face showing, you could have your whole face showing too. Look who's in Punchinella 47. 1, 2, 3, you out. Like, but they offer to take him up in the airplane because he had never flown before. And I'm sitting here looking at this like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea, but I get that both the white boys is going to be in the plane with you, but this don't seem like it's a good idea. But he enjoys it. Now here comes where he wants it. He gonna want lavish things and gonna want a jet set. He didn't got a taste of what it's like to do something outside of the hood. I'm all for you doing something outside of your comfort level and learning something new. He even got to fucking fly the plane or steer the plane, but really was he? He also questioned the relationship between Matt and Teddy. Now, I said I thought that they were brothers, but Teddy's like, I met him at a bar. Was that a lie? Like, what do you guys think? What is their relationship actually? Do you know? Have you figured it out? Let me know down below in the comments. Are they brothers like I think, or are they just longtime friends and the guy in the house is, who is he? See, that's why I think that they brothers. That man in the house is dying connects them together, and he just doesn't want to show that they're brothers, right? He just doesn't want Franklin to know that they're brothers, right? Yeah, let me know down below in the comments your thoughts. So Teddy drops him off back at home, down the street. Franklin again jumps bad and says, listen, if you ever do that shit again, I'm going to fuck you up. Fuck with me or any of my loved ones, I'm going to fuck you up. It's going to be a problem. Everybody's happy to see Franklin. But then they cut to the scene back in front of the Mexican spot. Now, Jerome told them not to go back there. He did. He told them not to go back there. And Stomper's right-hand man pulls up on them, jumps out the car, and stabs them. Stabs one, pop, 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 pop. Y'all like them sound effects? The other one pulls out a gun, shoots him in the arm, but still gets stabbed in the neck, and his neck slit. His throat slit. And I was just like, what a horrible way to die. And those kids can't be no older than 19. I was devastated. I think they done started a war. And so what I said, put a pin in earlier, I'm wondering if the right-hand man of Stomper is who was watching Lucia. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. I think it was. I also think that he killed those two boys so that Lucia and Gabriella's deal does not go through, to stop the process. Like, he doesn't want to have to fucking work for Lucia, because that's pretty much what he's doing. He doesn't want her on the top like that. Like, Stomper is the man. So I really feel like he sent his right-hand man, because we don't know his name, to go kill those kids. And of course, they green as fuck. This is new. They just out there having a good time like 18, 19-year-olds do, right? Well, this part kind of grabbed at my heartstrings. They tugged a little bit when Franklin went to go see his mother, and she opened the door for him. He was going to use his key, but realized that's not the right thing to do. Knocked on the door. He opened the door. He was like, Jerome said, he saw you, and I'm not going to bring no more groceries. But Mom, remember when we were kids, and when I was a kid, and you wanted me to share the best part of my day? Well, that's what I want to do. I had the best experience. Like, he really wanted to share Only the flying part. Because his mother is like, I don't really want to have anything to do with you. I know what you're doing over there. I don't want you here. You can come home when you stop what you're doing. And she closes that fucking door on him. And baby, when I say he started crying, I was like, oh, Franklin. Oh, Franklin, I'm so sorry. I know that has to feel horrible when your mother closes the door on you. When you think your mother doesn't love you, but she does, and she's doing that for tough love. But I am going to say this. Oh, wait, not yet. So then he leaves and he goes and he sees Mel. Thanks Mel for the card and apologizes for the way that he treated her. Now, I'm trying to remember, what did he do to her last season that was bad? I remember him like shooing her off, but that was more to protect her. If you guys remember, let me know down below in the comments. If you remember what episode, tell me that too, so I can go back and check it out. I'll check out my review and I'll check out the episode. But she forgives him, and then my shit cuts off. So I don't know if something else happened. Like she said, come on in the window. I don't know if he got in the window or not. So I guess that's probably where it really stopped off. But let me say this, okay? I know I'm not the only one. My girl Treese agrees with me that Franklin is fine as fuck. And him in that sweater on his mama's porch, I was like, baby, you can get it with your fine chocolate ass. I do love me a chocolate man. I really, really do love me a chocolate man. And he looked like delicious, scrumptious. So I think that covers the entire episode. It's not 30 minutes. We a little less than that, right? Let me know, did I miss anything? What did you guys think about this episode? All down below in the comments. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of Snowfall, season number 2, episode number 2, The Day. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you on the next video.